The 5 missing minerals in your diet. Even a healthy diet may be lacking in some of the most important minerals that impact health and athletic performance. Calcium, iodine, magnesium, and molybdenum are all essential minerals, as well as vitamin D, that you probably need more of. The quantity of these minerals you receive today is determined by a variety of circumstances over which you have little or no control, and dietary modifications may not be sufficient to enhance them. The difference between healthy and optimized can be the difference between merely existing and thriving. When your body systems are operating at peak efficiency, you get more out of life and fitness, and taking it to that level begins with nutrition. Eating healthfully may be good, but if your diet lacks specific minerals, and research suggests this is possible, reaching your exercise goals and feeling fantastic will be tougher. The nutrients listed below are those that we believe to be essential for optimal health and performance. Number 1. Calcium. You already know that calcium is important for healthy bones and teeth, but it also aids in the contraction of muscles and the formation of hormones like insulin. Calcium intake has been shown to help with weight reduction in some studies. In the journal Obesity Research, researchers studied the consequences of various calcium intakes in 3 groups of obese individuals who were placed on calorie-restricted diets. All 3 dieted down by 500 calories each day for 24 weeks. The participants in the calcium group ate 400 to 500 milligrams of calcium each day, as well as a placebo. Second, the same diet was followed as control, but participants were given 800 milligrams of calcium. The third group ate a diet high in dairy, which provided 1,200 to 1,300 milligrams of dietary calcium, plus a placebo. All 3 groups lost fat. However, the 800 milligrams calcium consumers lost the most body weight, and the people who ate the greatest amount of dairy had even more loss. The authors write that the findings support the theories that high-calorie, low-nutrient foods will be more difficult to lose weight with in the future because people are getting fatter and less active. They also suggest that calcium may aid in weight reduction, regardless of calories, and that dairy products in general might include other bioactive compounds. The U.S. Institute of Medicine's recommended daily calcium intake for adults is 1,000 to 1,200 mg. Dairy products, such as milk, cheese, and yogurt, are the most bioavailable. Your body can absorb calcium from them readily. Tofu, beans, and green vegetables also provide calcium. Calcium supplements are widely accessible. When your cat's breath smells like stale milk, it could be a sign of low calcium. Furthermore, vegetarians are more prone to calcium deficiency, as well as anybody else who avoids dairy products. According to the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, (NONS), men's average calcium intake is estimated at 871 to 1,266 milligrams daily, while women's average calcium intake is estimated at 748 to 968 milligrams daily. This indicates that in many instances, additional calcium would be beneficial, particularly for women. Iodine. What it does. Iodine is essential for the thyroid gland, which controls growth, brain development, and metabolism. It's particularly critical during pregnancy. How much you need? The RDA for iodine is 150 micrograms per day for adults. In 2012, the journal Pediatric and Perinatal Epidemiology reported that iodine requirements increased by 50% during pregnancy, 220 micrograms, and that iodine deficiency during this period can result in hypothyroidism in both mother and fetus as well as fetal neurological development problems. Where you get it? Iodine is found in many foods, including dairy products, seafood, meat, and iodized salt. The iodine content of plant foods varies depending on the amount of iodine in the soil where they are grown. Iodine is also added to salt used in processed food, i.e., table salt. Seafood, particularly seaweeds, such as kelp. Iodine is also available in dairy, grains, eggs, and poultry. Of course, iodized table salt is the most readily available and inexpensive source. The problem. More than 75% of households in the United States, Canada, and Chile use iodized salt. But according to a 2013 National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, (NONS), less than 3% of children ages 1 to 5 in the United States use iodized salt in their home diets. Consequently, many people are iodine deficient. Iodine deficiency and excess. There is no RDA for iodine, because the risks of deficiency and toxicity are too great to establish a safe level. Iodine deficiency can result in increased risk of thyroid disease, goiter, cognitive problems, infertility, and sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS. Severe iodine deficiency during pregnancy has been shown to irreversibly harm the developing baby's brain and increase the risk of cretinism. Creatinism is a condition in which the thyroid gland is unable to produce enough hormones for normal development, resulting in stunted growth, deafness, mental retardation, spasticity, stiffness of body joints, and a characteristic wide-mouth facial appearance. In large doses, iodine can suppress the thyroid function of adults and children, causing a condition known as hypothyroidism, low thyroid hormone production. Symptoms include fatigue, weight gain, lethargy, impaired memory, dry skin, and depression. Iodine deficiency in babies results in mental retardation and stunted growth. Iodine is found mostly in the body's thyroid gland, where it provides a variety of processes, manufacture of hormones that stimulate metabolism and affect body temperature, heart rate, muscle activity, regulation of protein synthesis, and breakdown of starch into sugar, glucose, for use by the cells. The thyroid gland is the only place in the body where iodine turns into thyroid hormone. Iodine can be dangerous if taken in excessive amounts, more than 4,000 micrograms daily. This causes irregular heartbeat and may lead to heart failure. It can also cause fever, rashes, acne-like cysts, enlarged nerve endings at the back of the neck, and loss of hair and teeth. How to get enough? Iodine is found in most multivitamins, including prenatal vitamins. Fish oil supplements do not contain iodine. A large daily dose of a fish oil supplement could exceed the upper safe limit for vitamin A intake. Iodized salt contains 150 micrograms of iodine per 1/4 teaspoon. Number 3. Magnesium. What it does. Magnesium is an important chemical for enzyme function, with more than 300 metabolic reactions dependent on it. It aids in the metabolism of carbohydrates and fats as well as the creation of proteins. Magnesium, like calcium, may help to strengthen bone mineral density. How much you need? The RDA is 400 to 420 mg for men and 310 to 320 mg for women. Where you can get it? Green veggies, whole grains, and nuts are the most abundant food sources of magnesium, but it's also available in most multivitamins and as its own supplement. Why you might be low? NONS found that the average magnesium intake among Americans is about 350 mg per day for men and 260 mg for women, which is significantly below the RDA. Those over 50 years old had even worse numbers. Magnesium insufficiency has been linked to a variety of metabolic diseases, high blood pressure, and inflammation. Number 4. Molybdenum. What it does. Molybdenum promotes enzyme activity, which is especially evident in the regulation of body sulfur levels. Sulfur is important for removing toxins from our diets and maintaining healthy connective tissues. Residents of Rugao County, Jiangsu Province, China were investigated in a study published in the journal Environmental Geochemistry and Health. Researchers discovered a link between the molybdenum content of the soil, water, and rice in Rugao and the village's longest living citizens, supporting the notion that it may extend life. How much you need? The RDA for molybdenum for adults is 45 micrograms per day. Where you can get it? Molybdenum is an essential trace mineral in legumes. Why you might be low? Because the soil in which a plant grew is so important to molybdenum content, it is very difficult for consumers to learn or assess. Number 5. Vitamin D. What it does. Vitamin D, like magnesium, is not technically a mineral. However, vitamin D is so important to one's health that we must include it regardless of the technicality. It helps the body use calcium more efficiently by supporting bone health and promoting both the immune and endocrine systems. Vitamin D is essential for maintaining a healthy heart and mood. How much you need? 600 international units, IU, of vitamin D each day is the RDA for adults. The Linus Pauling Institute, on the other hand, suggests achieving a substantially higher level, 2000 IU. See why you might be low. Where you can get it? There's only one place that rises above the rest, literally, the sun. Unfortunately, most individuals struggle to obtain sufficient sunshine exposure to fulfill their vitamin D requirements. Vitamin D is also present in animal products, such as cheese and egg yolks. However, since milk and eggs are often fortified with it, fatty fish, such as mackerel and salmon, naturally provide it. Check for vitamin D on the label. As a result of these factors, vitamin D supplementation is recommended. Look for a D3, cholecalciferol, supplement, which is the same form your skin produces on its own as sunlight. Why you might be low? Due to geographical location, weather conditions, overcast days, for example, and clothing that conceal them, most individuals are unable to obtain the vitamin D they require from the sun. Even if you live on a beach in California or Florida, the sunblock, hopefully, applied to your skin that reduces UV ray penetration limits your capacity to absorb vitamin D. In 2011, Pediatrics reported that even a low SPF sunblock with SPF 10 reduced vitamin D production by 90% in the skin. Furthermore, if you're African American, your vitamin D requirements may be greater. Natural dark-skinned individuals don't make as much D when exposed to sunlight as light-skinned persons do, according to studies.